Nancy's Story World. Title: She Sacrificed Her Baby for His Abroad Dreams. What happened next will shock you. She believed in love. She gave up her baby so he could chase his abroad dreams. But what happened next shattered her world. Her name was Amira, a young girl with dreams bigger than her small town in Ogun State. In the dry, stubborn town of Ayetoro, 17 years old Amira carried dreams far heavier than her slender frame could bear. Raised by a mother who sold roasted groundnuts on the roadside, she had learned that love and suffering often walked hand in hand. Amira was known for her quiet beauty and sharp mind, but everything shifted the day she met Malik. Malik wasn't like the other boys in Ayetoro. He carried ambition in his eyes, fire in his speech. He spoke of Europe as if it were a promised land where money flowed and dreams come true. Lonely and aching for escape, Amira fell for him the way a moth dives towards a flame. What started as innocent meeting under the mango tree became long. Hide and seek, singing of love songs, playing of games, telling story, making promises, and hidden nights. One of those nights left a mark she couldn't undo. She missed her period once, then again. Fear gripped her more tightly than nausea. Her stomach twisted with more than money sickness. It was a twist of fear. When she told Malik, he was quiet at first, then softly confident. This doesn't change anything, he said. I will go abroad. When I make it, I will bring you both over. We will live like royalty. But wishes were not horses, and realities doesn't wait for dreams. When her mother finds out, she was heartbroken and disappointed. She wept. Neighbors whispered behind her back. The women at the market looked at her with cold judgment. Amira left school, her head bowed in shame, her heart burning with silent pain. But she loved her unborn child fiercely, singing to her belly at night, imagining a better life, the one that Malik has painted to her in promises. 9 months later, after hours of pains and pushing, she gave birth in a poorly light clinic, walls peeling, pain echoing. After hours of labor, a tiny girl was placed in her arms. She named her Temilade. The baby had her eyes, wide and dark. Searching from the moment Amira held her, love exploded in her chest like a thousand suns. But Malik grew distance. His calls became brief. His voice once warm was heavy with pressure. One night, he came to her shack with a strange proposal. There is a woman in the city, he said. She is very wealthy. She wants a child. She can't have one, offering a huge amount of money. If we do this, I can leave. I can finally go to Europe and chase my dreams. Our future. Amira was shocked and confused, blinked her eyes, trembling. You, you, you mean we should sell her? He winced. Think of it as giving her a better life. We can't really afford to take good care of her like we are supposed to. And us too. It will enable us to afford my traveling plans and get a better future for us. I will go now, and when I settle down, you will come and join me later over there. We will all be comfortable and free. We will live our dreams and a happy life after. There's blood into torment. Terms between her love for Malik and her love for her daughter. Amira fought a battle deep within herself. In the end, her longing for Malik's promises, or perhaps the crack in her spirits, or maybe he will come back, won, or perhaps she was just broke. The exchange happened in silence. The woman arrived in a dark SUV jeep with tinted windows. Amira couldn't meet her eyes. She kissed Temilade's forehead, placed her gently in the woman's arms as she wept, and turned away before the car drove off. The moment it disappeared, a tear opened in her that nothing could ever so shut. The pain was instant, and it lingered like a shadow. She stopped sleeping, her arms aching with absence. Her dreams turned into nightmares, filled with Temilade's cry. And then Malik left. He boarded a flight, chasing dreams, leaving Amira with nothing but regrets, guilt, tears, silent and unanswered calls. He never returned. Rumor came, saying he had married a European woman. He erased his past like it never happened, like it was dust on his shoes. Amira was alone. No child, no man, no future, only regret and guilt. She clung to her phone every day, desperate for a message, a voice note, a missed call. But all this never came to pass. All she heard was that cold mechanical voice. The number you are trying to call is not available. Friends stopped communicating. Malik's Instagram, that was once buzzing with pictures and captions, fell silent. It was as if he had vanished, or worse, choosing to forget her. Her community didn't forget. They whispered she gave up her child for a man. Some say na desperation, others says na mumu love. But none of them knew the depth of Amira's love, the promises Malik made to her, or the weight of her grief. One raining afternoon, she took a trip to the city to find the woman, Mama Alake. She didn't ask for anything. She just wanted to see Temilade's face from afar. But getting there, the compound was locked. While she was standing at the gates, wondering where they've gone to, a neighbor came and said, "Ah, Madam don travel go UK 2 months ago. She talk say the baby when she carry follow body na her needs." Amira's legs gave out beneath her. Something inside her broke. She stopped eating. She stared at the walls. Her mother was worried. She advised, shouted, pleaded, scolded, just to pull Amira out of her shell. But Amira was lost in the emptiness. It wasn't just Malik who disappeared. Her child had too. The cry of every baby in the community reminds Amira of what she did. The tiny little baby socks she kept under her pillow haunt her. As she was going home, the villagers stared at her with mockery. She was so weak. She slumped and fell down. She fell down to the floor while the villagers stared at her. An old woman that was walking along the road helped her from the floor and took her home. Getting to the house, she took care of her, and when she was all right, she went back home. One night, she wandered to the old mango tree where she and Malik once carved their initials, M plus A equals to forever, which means Malik and Amira forever. She dug her nails into the bark until blood stained her fingers. That was the night she decided to reclaim herself. She began to sew again, repairing torn dresses, stitching school uniforms, and so on. Naira by naira, she rebuilt. She didn't speak of Malik. She stopped looking at her phones. Something inside her has hardened, but she wasn't broken anymore. Over a year later, A message came from an unknown number. It was a photo. A toddler in a red jacket playing in a backyard and laughing. The child had her eyes. Attached was a short note. She's safe. She's happy. Don't contact again. Amira wept, not from regret, but from the relief. Her child was alive, loved, and happy. Just as she began to find peace, there was a knock at her door one evening. Surprisingly, it was Malik. Gaunt, bearded, shame written across his face. Amira, I'm sorry. I made a mistake. She stared at him, arms folded. You made many, she said. He stepped inside quietly. When I got there, things were hard. I couldn't get papers. I had to marry someone for documents, for survival. And our child? Amira asked, voice trembling. I couldn't face it, he replied. I thought if I stayed away, maybe it will hurt less. Amira's eyes shone with unshed tears. You wanted to forget. I wanted to heal. Later that night, alone again, Amira opened her notebook and wrote, some scars are not for shame, they are for strength. Malik lingered in the village for days, trying to show changes by helping her mother, assisting market women to fix their roof in the markets. But Amira kept her distance. Forgiveness was no longer something she owed. After several failed attempts to settle with Amira, Malik got frustrated and went back to Lagos. He felt he wasn't welcome because he came back empty handed. He felt Amira didn't accept him back because he didn't make it abroad and came back with nothing. Rather, he came to Amira's doorstep looking tattered and broke, with head bowed in shame and regret. But Amira, she didn't give him listening ears. She was busy rebuilding her life with strength and purpose. She turned him away. That rejection had been the fire he didn't know he needed. He left Ayutoro that same week with no money, no home, and a wounded heart. He hustled in Lagos, doing everything from driving Okada to sleeping in unfinished buildings while running errands at a shipping yard. His hands grew callous, his eyes tired, but he worked and worked. He refused to return as a failure for the second time. Years passed. One day, a businessman who had once mocked him for his accent and rigid shoes noticed his dedication. He offered Malik a chance, a proper job, managing local shipments. Malik learned fast. During the course of doing the job, he got so many connections. Then he traveled abroad again. And with his experience in his job, his growth was so fast and he became successful. He never stopped thinking about Amira or the child they've given up. Regret became a shadow that walked beside him. He built wealth, yes, but every naira felt like a debt he owed to the life he left behind. When he finally returned, this time in a black SUV Jeep, he thought he was coming back to rewrite the story, but it was too late. Then another message arrived. Temilade, now almost 3, smiling beside a birthday cake. A note read, would you like to see her? Amira's heart raced. The village was calm that morning. The woman returned. An old SUV Jeep pulled in. And out stepped was a woman. She stepped out with a toddler in her arms. The child looked just like Amira. Malik had also returned that morning, stepped out from a black SUV Jeep, filled with hope and expectation, hoping for recognition, warm welcome, or maybe redemption. But to his greater disappointment, everyone ignored him and was just watching. Amira stood at the roadside, arms folded, not with longing but with strength. He walked to her. I came back for you, he said. You never called, she replied. She said, I gave up my baby for you. I lost everything for a dream you abandoned. People gathered, eyes wide. Malik reached for her, but she stepped away. You don't get to touch me with that hands, she said. When the woman brought the child forward, Amira ran forward. Her child, Temilade, reached out to her without fear. Amira scooped her up, embraced her while kissing her forehead as tears fell freely from her eyes. She turned to Malik one last time. You left me broken, but I rebuilt myself. For her, not for you. And she walked away, taller than before. Malik stood alone, a suitcase in his hand, a stranger to the life he was once part of. In chasing promises, Amira made a painful mistake, but she rose, she rebuilt, and she reclaimed her life, not through regret, but through strength. Because no love is worth the price of your soul, and no dream should ever cost you your child. A man that truly loves you would never ask you to sacrifice your child for his dreams.